Tell me about the fastest Uno reverse card somebody's ever played on you in life. I don't mean like, hey, let's go out to eat and they change their mind on the restaurant. I mean something that could change the course of your life, that somebody said, this is what we're going to do. You got excited about it. And then after a set amount of time, they said, no, we're not doing that anymore. In fact, I'll start. So right after my family moved here to East Texas, I was working at Lowe's Home Improvement, and a church reached out to me and they said, hey, we heard you have a background in ministry and we'd like to talk to you about becoming our church's associate pastor. So I did. I went and met with the pastor, and he and I just talked background and life experience, all that kind of stuff. And at the end of the conversation, he said, look, Bryce, I'm just going to be honest with you. He said, I'm praying and seeking the man that God will bring to this church so that I can retire and they can become the next pastor. And he looked me dead in the eyes and said, I believe with all my heart that's you. This is how I want this to play out. He said, I want to stay on for a couple of months. I want to mentor you. Just make sure you get to know everybody in the church. And then I just want to retire and hand the reins over to you and tell the church, this is the man I believe needs to be the pastor. Fast forward 4 months. 4 months. Sunday morning, pastor gets up in front of the entire congregation, tells them that I and my wife are the future of the church, that I'm going to be the next pastor of the church, and that he is just excited to see where God's going to take this church. 4 days, really 3, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, there's a business meeting at the church. That same pastor who just told everybody I was going to be the next pastor of the church, that my wife and I were the future, stood up in front of the church business meeting and raised a motion to strike my position and the budget associated with student ministry and children's ministry completely from the church budget. Not fire me, just eliminate my position. Everybody but like 2 people said no. 2 people said yes. This is like out of 30 people in the room. And he slams the gavel down. He says, the ayes have it. Everybody's screaming and yelling, saying, what are you talking about? No. It was weird. And then about, I think 2 months later, he left the church. Still don't know what that's about. I believe God uses everything for the good of those who love him and are called according to his purposes, as scripture says. I got no clue what that 4 months was about. I got no clue what that night was about. Uno reverse. How about you?